Yo, happy Friday, guys. Jeff, enjoy the trade here. I just wanted to make a few comments, get some things off my chest about this GameStop Congressional Circus that we've all been watching the past day, and it's going to probably continue again a little bit here. So, some things I need to talk about here because it's just not sitting right. So, let me break down what I'm seeing so far. Always, and this is just like over the 20 years I've been in the market, every time they send guys like Ken Griffin to talk to the House Financial Services Committee. And I don't know how these guys get on this committee because none of these people are qualified to talk about finance. None of these people know anything. And all you have to do is listen to Maxine Waters, who chairs the Financial Services Committee in the House of Representatives, and some of the questions that she asks to realize this woman hasn't a clue. I mean, 10 years ago when we had the financial, over 10 years ago when we had the housing crisis and the great financial crisis, she got Ben Bernanke confused with Lloyd Blankfein. She spent like 10 minutes berating Bernanke for swindling his customers at Goldman. And he was like, no, ma'am, I'm sorry. I'm just a professor from Princeton that became the Federal Reserve chairman. But anyways, the ineptitude of these people to ever get to the bottom line is the first thing you need to focus on, because that should give you every indication of what's going to happen after that. These people are not going to solve anything because they don't know down from up. They're the Keystone Cops. But so we've got this cast of characters. They bring in Gabe Plotkin from Melvin, who's supposed to lead the evil short seller. He's not an evil guy. He's just a hedge fund guy that didn't cover his ass on tail risk, and he got short squeezed and blew up. And then you've got Hello Kitty or Little Pussycat. I don't even know what his real name is. I don't care. And he's supposed to be the superhero, this like wonderful altruistic guy. And now he's got this ridiculous lawsuit because he's actually in finance. But neither is the case. He is an intelligent dude. He's not who I was talking about when I said there were real pros gaming this system. Those guys are going to come later. Those are the guys that made hundreds of millions of dollars on the Delta squeeze. Respect how he set up this trade. He's a little bit preposterous for my taste, with what he does on social media, but he's been put up there on this altar like this holy deity of this movement, which is incredible. And then you've got the CEO of Robinhood, who for me came across the worst so far of all this. And he's sitting here and he's trying to tell you how everything that they've designed and they're trying to do is in the best interest of the little guy. And that's just not reality. I will have one caveat that I'll talk about later to say that they did not cause GameStop stock to go down. GameStop stock went down because of gravity, because that's where it belongs. That's where it belongs. So I'll address that later. And then lastly, you had Ken Griffin, who's who's a mastermind, and he's got into a situation where, is he breaking the rules? Not the way they are right now. I think that there should be oversight on how they are able to execute all this retail order flow while having simultaneously a hedge fund on the other side of this Chinese wall within Citadel. You got to ask yourself, why is this guy paying for all this order flow from people like Robinhood? Why do they want retail order flow in particular so bad? I don't know. Something to think about. So anyways, that's my breakdown of this. So what's going to come out of it? Probably more regulation. Should they ban short selling? No, they should not ban short selling. Short selling is a very important part of the market. It makes stocks cheaper. Because there are short sellers there, the spreads are more narrow, which means what you pay on the ask and where the bid is closer together. Without short seller, you get a much wider spread. You have to go across this giant moat to pay up. It's like buying a house without short sellers. So keep short sellers. Very important for the markets to be tight, efficient, and cheaper. Number one. Number two, should we look into the order flow thing? Absolutely. We should scrutinize what Robinhood does. Is their business scrupulous? Make it more scrupulous. Should stock trading be gamified? I don't really have an opinion on that. Everyone is in it for different types of reasons. And to say this is a bad type of speculation and that's a good type of speculation is a slippery slope. I hope we don't go there. So I don't have any faith in the House Financial Services Committee to get it right. Just my thoughts. But let me just share the screen with you and show you what I'm talking about with this GameStop and why the biggest thing that hasn't been addressed that really annoys me is this idea that Robinhood, when they saved their firm that day because they didn't have the capital to honor their settlements, stop this thing from going to 5,000 or wherever the hell people in Hello Kitty thought the stock was going to go to. Whenever you get a move like this on 10x the normal volume, gravity is always going to set in. This is a parabolic move, and you always see a parabolic reversal. always, when you have this type of volume and this type of separation. Specifically, in the case of this one where you had nothing but retail investors in it, who are always paper hands. So this was always going to happen. What happened with Robinhood was that they accelerated this process and they saved more people from getting in there and getting their butts handed to them. So gravity takes over in these situations. This wasn't forced by the big bad banks in cahoots with the shorts. This is how markets work. This is what happens when you get these types of moves. Saying that Robinhood stopped GameStop from being the greatest company in the history of the world is like saying that the housing crisis would have never happened if we kept giving loans to bigger and bigger idiots, even as they were defaulting. Think about that. So gravity sooner or later takes over with asset prices. It always does. LFG, guys, remember to subscribe to Wealth Press. We've got a lot of videos that are not necessarily me ranting like this, but, you know, pretty good stuff. So I'll be back next week to talk to you guys more about different things, hopefully not GameStop anymore. Take it easy. LFG.